Howdy how. This is the third shot at this. This is Evohaler's 250 sub special competition thing to win. I can't remember what you have to win. I'm not even really sure what I have to do. The video itself, what is it? It was something like, "What's your name?" My name's Owen. I don't go by my YouTube username, as you might already know. Generally, and 5 people to shout out. I think 5 people, like new people, to discover. I think, and that I struggle with that, to be honest. Evohaler, what a lovely bloke. Really funny bloke. One of the proper. Sorry. I wasn't that cough wasn't me. Wasn't me. Wasn't a symptom of the fact I was lying. I'm being honest, but I just I just not long had my lunch, so I'm not. It's not the sort of cough you do when you're trying to cover up a lie, sort of thing. Fuck off. Oh Jesus. This is the third crack I've had at this. I literally did one about 10 minutes ago. Saved it. I was about to upload it, and I thought I'd just better wash it back. I'd not positioned my microphone, so I was thinking, well, that's a bit quiet, isn't it? A bit quiet. It was a bit quiet because I'd not positioned my microphone. Now I have, but it was gold. That last video was brilliant. That wasn't shit, but it was better than the first attempt. The first attempt, I don't know. Anyway, that's irrelevant. That's not what we're here for. It's Evohaler's 250 subs, and he's a really nice bloke. In it for the crack, nothing else other than the crack, and that's what I like watching. The idea is I'm supposed to shout out 5 people. The main problem in that is that generally I don't do many shout outs, not by design. It's just don't know. I just don't. I've not done. I should do more, but I just don't do them often. That's a failing. But I've always had in my head, if I ever get round to a shout out video, who I would shout out, and one of them was going to be Evohaler himself, and which it was sort of quite high up on the list. So that means I can't. It's for his 250 sub competition. So I'm gonna have to think of someone else. And unless he's I don't know. Not seen his own videos and fancies watching them and might find them entertaining. I don't know, but anyway. No, this is 5 shout-outs. 5 shout-outs people who might not know about. I think. I'm just going to draw a. Oh bollocks! It's already gone wrong. It's wrong. That's all wrong. He likes drawing these knobs. He's a proper world-class penis drafter. That's not even a word. Penis artist. But that's not the word I'm thinking of. Sketcher, no. Anyway. Loves them. Loves his cocks. And it seems that an aficionado of other things as well, but loves drawing cocks. And and I've just drawn one, but then at the same time I thought, what about the ladies? They don't get much of a look in, so I thought, I'll just purely for equality, do one of them. Not that I'm going to show it, because the first one I did. This one isn't much better. It was a gynecological nightmare. Oh Jesus! No, that ain't getting shown. If anyone's seen Tracy Emin's drawings, it's worse than one of them. Shoutouts. Shoutouts. That's getting binned. Oh. Winking at me. Shoutouts. 5 of them. 5 people you might not know. That's what I struggled with because you know, most of the people I watch, I reckon Giles, otherwise known as Evohaler, will already have know about. So I struggled with that. I mean, the first one on my list was somebody he doesn't get much doesn't get much of the limelight, whether it's by design, I don't know, but he deserves it. He's got a bit of a surreal mind. I think you'd agree with that. I think he's the master video comment lever, and I think every time he leaves a comment, it's like a test. It's like, what do you think of that? It's it's like a test, and you have to respond. It's like backwards and forwards. It's like a sword fight. No, it's not. Anyway, ignore that. It's Burt Reynolds. Like he's a cross between Droopy. Now you've made me mad. And that's my impression of Droopy the dog. And Ringo Starr. But Burt Reynolds, no, he's a genuine chap. He's into his films, good taste in stuff, good taste in comedy, likes his comedians and stuff, and knows a twat when he sees one. So yeah, Burt Reynolds. Even though obviously, for the purposes of this competition, that's a sort of a slight waste of a shout out. But he doesn't get much love, does old Burt. I thought I'd throw a bit his way. Next one, I always shout out. Is sort of like just purely because I genuinely think he's the funniest bloke on YouTube, and also actually I think for the purposes of this particular video, I think he's very much, sort of, from the same school as Evohaler. He's like a properly genuinely funny bloke, without really even trying. But it's a Bithead 1000. I'd say he's one of the funniest bloke on YouTube, and that's generally. I like people who make me laugh. I watch videos of people who makes me laugh, and he does make me laugh. And so does Evohaler. They both make me laugh, and it's sort of effortless. So Bithead 1000, even though he's sort of, I don't know him personally. I know some people do, but he's got a pretty dark sense of humour at times. Just does some surreal stuff, and cracks me up generally. And he's got that same sort of hapless, sort of shabby, sort of half-assed quality that Evohaler has, and that's a compliment in my book. It might not sound it, but it is. But it's Bithead 1000. Check out his compilation of his intros. They're brilliant. It's the sort of thing I wish I'd done, but someone's got there before me. He's gutting at the same time. Number 3, Shocks 16. From the same school as Evo and Bithead 1000. It's from the same school. They all 3 of them crack me up. And Burt Reynolds, actually, when he can be asked to make a video, it's the same. All 4 of them. But Shocks, effortlessly funny. There's a definite theme running through these. Effortlessly funny. Without trying too hard, and sort of more about the crack than anything else. Don't really. It's a bit like rough around the edges. There you go. But Shocks, where's Shocks from? He's from East Midlands, isn't he? I don't know, like Leicester way. I don't know. Nottingham. That's East Midlands, isn't it? But yeah, Shocks is a top lad as well. Yeah. Again, like the others, effortlessly funny. And this one, I don't really know. He's not really into. He's not the game thing. He's not in the sort of video game collecting scene. He's something totally different. It was one of my subs, another top lad, Gambar, I think it's Gambare Goemon. He's one of my subs, and he's got in himself. He's got brilliant taste in videos, and he sent me this link to this guy called Deep Digger Dan, who makes videos about metal detecting. And it's a sort of bloke, you go, is this an act? Is he putting this on, or is that generally him? I think it's a bit of 50-50 really, because I think he's doing it for laughs, but at the same time, that's pretty much all him. He goes about metal detecting and doing stuff, and he's got about 60,000 subscribers, so he's pretty big for his metal detecting channel anyway. But he's got another one which is about cooking, which is along the same lines, but cooking. It's all sort of a bit rough around the edges and hapless. And what was I watched the video. It was called he made something called a sausage mega mix pie, just loads of meat and sausages and shit in a pie. And watch it. It's really funny. It's called Deep Digger Dan. That's on his deep fried Dan channel. It's got two channels, but yeah, you think he's got 60 odd thousand subscribers, but I generally don't watch people with loads of subscribers. I get to a certain point, and I don't know, I'll sort of lose interest. I don't know why it is, but naturally. But that's how it seems to happen. Nothing against anyone with loads of subscribers, but that's generally how my mind works. But this guy, I don't know, he's a funny bloke, put it that way. So he's Deep Digger Dan, and finally. Someone in our little community who's got slightly more subscribers, going against what I just said, known him for quite a long time. One of the nicest blokes on here, one of the nicest, most genuine blokes on here, most passionate about the subject. Doesn't get so much subscribers purely probably because he's got quite a few. Doesn't get many shout outs because he's got quite a few subs. And I thought I'd go with Pete because he's one of the nicest blokes around. You can't always trust his judgment, He put up a video recently, and he was talking about how much he was asked a question, and he made the point he doesn't like Star Wars, and he was talking about Transformers. He liked the first Transformers film, so I asked him, does that mean to say that you think the first Transformers film is better than Star Wars? And he said yes. But there you go. You can't really generally trust the judgment of anyone who says that, can you? But no, he's a nice bloke. So I thought I'll give him a shout out. He doesn't get many, regardless of how many subs he's got. But his taste in games he can be a bit questionable. But he doesn't like RPGs. I don't trust anyone that doesn't like RPGs. But, yeah, there you go. That's it. Do you want to see my drawings? I'm not sure I should. My 13 minutes, 5 shout-outs. Check out all the channels. Check out those channels. I'll put links. And there was a sort of shout-out for a bloke who doesn't make videos anymore. It's called Laser Frog. That's sort of strange, miserable reviews of video games, but it doesn't make videos anymore. He's sort of got too good at it and went on to make went on to get a job with, is it Kotaku website? Is it Kotaku? It's like that. But it's called Laser Frog. And not long after I subscribed to him, he didn't have many subs, and his subs just skyrocketed. He stopped making videos because he got too good at it. But it might be worth checking out his old videos anyway. So I'm going to stop before I get to 15 minutes. So thanks for watching, and check out all the people I've mentioned, particularly Evohaler, because his subs will probably be above 250 subs now. So. And he's worth watching because he just cracks me up. Anyway, thanks for watching, peeps, and I'll see you later.